Nearly 60 people are dead and more than 500 injured after a man started shooting into the crowd at a country music festival in Las Vegas, Nevada. Good evening and welcome, everybody. I'm Tom Haynes. It is the worst mass shooting in American history. Tonight, police, survivors, and victims' loved ones are still trying to figure out why all this happened. Police say 64-year-old Stephen Paddock fired rounds from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel right across from a packed country music festival. Little is known about what motivated suspected shooter 64-year-old Stephen Paddock of Mesquite, Nevada, to unleash a hail of bullets into a crowd of country music lovers gathered on the Las Vegas Strip.
I see the shots coming from Mandalay Bay, halfway up.
Early Monday, ISIS claimed responsibility, but right now federal investigators are disputing that.
We have determined to this point no connection with an international terrorist group.
This is a crazed lunatic full of hate. We don't know much about his background.
Police claim Paddock, who died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound before police could get to him, was armed with at least 17 rifles and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. The gunman's brother says he lived a quiet life and claims he wasn't mentally ill and had no religious or political affiliations.
We're shocked, horrified, completely dumbfounded. He had a couple of guns, but they were all handgun legal. I mean, he might have had one long gun, but he had them in a safe.
Paddock, a retiree with no known criminal history, was reportedly perched in a 32nd floor window, perhaps with a stand by each of the broken windows, high above the crowd of 22,000 watching country star Jason Aldean perform. It was the last song of the night when Paddock began firing, turning a concert venue into a killing field.
The shots just kept coming. Everybody's hiding everywhere. I mean, they're hiding under the bleachers and the stanchions and anywhere they could.
Many witnesses thought the pops were fireworks, all part of the show. That excitement quickly turned to panic.
Get down. Get down.
Once you heard the music cut off, you knew it was real, and you just see bodies dropping and people getting trampled. And it's one of the craziest things. I saw people in front of me get hit with bullets.
On Instagram, Aldean saying, quote, "Tonight has been beyond horrific," a sentiment echoed by Nevada's governor.
We're angry, we're grieving, we're confused, people are hurting.
And authorities are confirming tonight that they've recovered even more weapons after a search of Stephen Paddock's home in the city of Mesquite. This search comes after the search of the hotel rooms where officials say Paddock fired those deadly shots.
We retrieved in excess, Aaron, how many firearms was it? 18. In excess of 18 additional firearms, some explosives, and several thousand rounds of ammo.
Investigators also say that they've recovered several electronic devices that they are now evaluating. President Trump announcing today that he'll travel to Las Vegas on Wednesday to meet with survivors and friends and family members of the victims. He called the Vegas massacre an act of pure evil.
Hundreds of our fellow citizens are now mourning the sudden loss of a loved one, a parent, a child, a brother or sister. We cannot fathom their pain. We cannot imagine their loss. To the families of the victims, we are praying for you, and we are here for you.
The president has ordered flags be flown at half-staff to honor the victims. U.S. flags at any public building, military post, naval stations, and naval vessels throughout the United States and all territories will remain lowered until sunset October the 6th. The symbolic mourning also applies to embassies and other overseas U.S. sites. And tonight we're hearing from many people who were near the scene of the deadly attack in Las Vegas. Fox 5's Marissa Mitchell spent the day at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. She joins us now live with their accounts of this morning's horror. Marissa?
Well, Tom, they say they've gotten so many calls and text messages from friends and relatives asking if they are okay. Now, fortunately for them, they are, but they tell me their hearts are broken for all of the victims and their loved ones. This is just how close John Huffman came to the dangerous gunfire.
It was steady popping like somebody had lit off a whole line of black cats.
He says he was staying across from the Mandalay Bay Hotel Sunday when the attack unfolded.
And there was squad cars flying all over the place.
Huffman, a big country music fan, says he would have gone to the Route 91 Harvest Festival had he known about it. Austin Mitchell planned to, but dinner reservations changed that. He says he and his friends were walking near the concert when gunfire interrupted the fun.
Police came by, all security was there, and it was all blurred. It was just, everyone was so panicked and running. It was crazy.
Hey, if you guys have somewhere to go, I'd go there now.
Witnesses at a nearby restaurant shared this video of law enforcement moving crowds after the shooting.
People were just running through the restaurant, freaking out and crying and screaming and running. We saw like 30 police cars going down the strip, and it must have been equal ambulance.
Now that the chaos is over, many are finding it tough to cope with the tragedy. Audra Rael says her friend was at the concert and hid inside a trash can for safety. She escaped unharmed, but the attack left dozens of people dead and hundreds more hurt.
It just made me physically ill. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's tragic, and we just have to pray for everybody. I don't know what else you can do.
And I spoke with another woman who says she was in Vegas celebrating her friend's 50th birthday party. And she says, you know, it's unfortunate that you have to run for your life when you're just out trying to enjoy life. But she refuses to allow this violence or any threat of violence to stop her from going out and having a good time. That's the latest here at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Marissa Mitchell, Fox 5 News.
Wow, some chilling firsthand accounts there, Marissa. Thanks. Even before blood donation centers opened this morning, hundreds of people stood in line ready to help those who survived Sunday's mass shooting. Some Nevada donors spent all day in line just to roll up their sleeves. Fox 5's Claire Sims joins me now live here in studio. And Claire, you don't have to be out in Vegas to help the victims here.
No, Tom, people all over the country continue to show their support for the victims and their families, and that help will be needed for weeks to come.
This is the line of people that are here to donate blood. Look at this.
Lines snaked for blocks outside blood donation centers in Las Vegas Monday as people jumped into action following Sunday night's mass shooting at an outdoor concert. These are photos from outside United Blood Services. The nonprofit community blood center provides blood and blood products for hospitals across much of the United States, including the hospitals treating the more than 500 victims. Officials say wait times were 6 to 8 hours Monday evening, and centers are now booking appointments for donations Thursday and Friday, a clear sign of just how many people want to help.
The hate that this one individual, this lone wolf, rained down on our community and on the MGM Village Park was met with an outpouring of love by our entire community.
United Blood Services says the need will continue for days and weeks ahead, and it takes 24 to 36 hours for donated blood to be ready for the patients who need it. The American Red Cross shipped blood to Las Vegas to help, but they say this highlights the need for a ready supply on the shelves. They encourage anyone who wants to donate to visit their website, redcrossblood.org, to schedule an appointment.
Las Vegas is resilient, and with everybody pulling together, we will get through this.
Now, the other way that you can help right now is to make a donation to the official fund set up for the shooting victims and their families. This is a live look at the GoFundMe page, which has just been updated in the last few minutes. So far, they have raised over $2.5 million, and they have now raised that goal to $3 million. Now, if you would like a link to that fundraiser, just visit my Facebook page, Claire Sims, Fox 5. Tom?
All right, Claire, thanks. Stay with Fox 5 News Edge at 11 for more information about the Las Vegas massacre. We'll have a live report from just near the scene in a few minutes, as well as some important information for you to keep in mind in case you ever find yourself in the middle of an active shooter situation.